Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Melinda J and I'm here to do another reading for you guys for the month of December. This is going to be a self-care reading, so it is going to be general, and feel free to reverse the energies that are being presented to you, and if it doesn't resonate, do not force it. Just come back again for another time. And go over a reading, or feel free to look back at my other readings as well and see if any one of those resonate with you as well. So let's get right into the reading. So of course I have my rose quartz, and that is to help with the heart chakra. That's one of the stones to help with the heart chakra, and it helps with self-love and love in general. And it's located in the center of the chest. That's when you are doing your chakra meditation. And the organs that are connected to the heart chakra are the heart, lungs, and thymus, especially when it's dealing with the strawberry quartz or rose quartz crystal. And like I said, the function is for self-love, nurturing relationships, and higher love. All right, so let's go on ahead and get into this reading. So the first card that came out for me that I asked Spirit is the current state of mind and where's your head at the time, at this moment, by the time you view this reading. And the Lover's card came out, and it says, for the Lover's card, embrace true love and deep, intimate friendships, make choices from the heart, vibrant health, or recover from an illness. So that is the current stage of everyone that resonates with when it comes to the current stage of everyone's mind and the present, past, or future time. Keep in mind the reading is timeless. So for the second card that came out when I asked Spirit about the self-care strategy and how do you interpret self-care through the lens of the card, is the Five of Air, which correlates to the Five of Swords in tarot. And what this card states is an unwise choice. There is a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. So part of that self-care routine is making sure that you remove any toxicity, toxic people in your life, because that can stunt your growth on embarking on your self-care journey, or just the state of your self-care in general. So that is the self-care strategy to try when it comes to this particular card. And you can see people in the background gambling, whether it's poker, blackjack, spades, you name it. You have people in the background. Then you have this man here that actually won whatever game that they were playing at the table, and he's just, reaping the benefits. But however, you as they say, life is a gamble. You have to take risks, but make sure you be strategic whenever you're taking those risks, okay? And for the third card, we have the ego card that came out when I asked when I asked Spirit what might be stopping you and what does the card say about the blocks. So ego, what may be hindering you, what may be stopping you from the growth of your self-care, self-love journey. Everyone has their own ego, and they express it anyway however they express it. But the card says the illusion of being trapped, accepting responsibility for your actions or situation, and then make choices that support your path to happiness, addictions, or unhealthy habits. So, yes, when it comes to any blockages that is stunning your growth of your self-care journey, of course, when it comes to the Five of Air, Five of Swords, you know, you want to gamble accordingly and be strategic on what you're going to do when it comes to making those critical or impulsive decisions. But ego, as you can see in this picture, you see a person that's striking the other person away, breaking the chains. And then also you can see the person is blinded. This young lady here, she is blinded because her ego is in the way. And you have this angel here, and this is Archangel Michael here coming to the rescue with his sword of light, and he's trying to free, and he's freeing this woman from limiting beliefs and destructive behavior. So so it states, when the ego card, often perception of entrapment is an illusion. A person can become so used to their situation that they can't see the possibility for change, or getting free of unhappy circumstances. Your ego will have you stay where you are with thoughts of you're not good enough to make your dreams come true, and it's safer to just stay here. It could be worse out there. And if you are unhappy, then this is a guarantee that the universe wants to make changes and will do whatever it can to help you. But the choice is to make those changes and to take the first baby steps, and it's entirely up to you. So with all in a nutshell, it's up to you. And you see this symbol right here, Capricorn. That look like the Capricorn symbol here, zodiac symbol. So yes, the ego can come in the way, and however, it's up to you to make those changes and be able to break free of the ego and those patterns that you have came up with in your lifetime. It's up to you to break those changes. And whenever you do, the universe is always going to be there. The universe, God, whoever you are worshiping to, they are always there to help you. All they ask is all they are asking from you is to ask them for guidance and assistance on whatever journey that you're going through. All right, so the next card, the fourth card, is to how to address the situation and what are we going to do about it. Excuse me. How is the collective going to address the situation, and what is the collective going to do about it? Well, I'm just going to pull these cards over here to the side. And the card that came out for that was the Seven of Coins, or the Seven of Pentacles when it comes to tarot. And it states, seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in time, in the future, and the need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future, unnecessary worry. So yes, that is amazing how this card came out, because on Thanksgiving, the squirrels have a habit of coming in my realm, and I was trying to figure out why. Well, me and my brothers and my son, we was trying to figure out why the squirrel is here, and it was just looking at us like it was trying to tell us something. So I was asking the squirrel, "What are you trying to tell us?" Because it was just there. And I had to keep in mind that the squirrel did put some acorns in one of my plants, because there was some soil that was there was some soil that was out of the pot. So I was like, okay, let me look up the meaning of the squirrel. And the squirrel meaning that came up when I looked up the squirrel totem, and I've taken it as a signal that the squirrel is trying to tell us something. The squirrel is trying to tell me something. And what the squirrel, when the squirrel shows up in your life, it is to help you learn the lessons of the importance of learning and sharing knowledge, cultivating self-discipline, the power of delegation, releasing perfectionism, and preparing for the future. So I was like, okay, all right, period. We are just, and that's exactly what is going on in this picture. You see the young lady here. She is sowing her seed. She is planting the flowers in her garden, and she's preparing for whatever is being rewarded to her in the future. So with all in a nutshell, you everyone, it's time to prepare, it's time to invest, it's time for resting, and it's time to plan for the future so we can prevent unnecessary worry. All right, so that is what's going on with the fourth card. Now on to the fifth card. The fifth card states the benefits of addressing what possibilities, what can that will open up for us once we address our personal blockages that might be preventing us from ourselves more, to be giving ourselves more love, to put more love into ourselves. And the card that came out was the Page of Fire, aka the Page of Wands in tarot, and it states enthusiastic, optimistic, creative, and however can be impatient at sometimes. The news of exciting opportunities, allowing your creativity to soar, do things that fuel your passion, finish what you start. Okay, so excuse me. What this card is telling you, and is to do things that fuel your passion. That is one thing. That's one of many things that you can do when it comes to embarking on your self-love journey, or adding some sort of self-love ritual to your routine, day-to-day routine. Is to do things that fuel your passion, and whatever projects that you have started and you just put it in the back burner, go ahead and reignite that particular project and see if it manifests itself to something that you are very passionate about. So go ahead while you are planting your seeds with this card here. Go ahead and continue that with embracing planting your seeds with optimism, enthusiastic, your creativity. Of course, you're going to be impatient with it because at this day and age, everybody wants that get rich quick type of deal, fast money, all that. Just be patient with it, because whenever you are planting something, whenever you are embarking on something new and you're trying to generate that generational wealth, you want to be able to reap the benefits slowly but surely, because if it comes to you fast, you can be humble with it, but at the same time, it will not humble yourself enough to be like, yeah, I went through this, and that. You won't be able to tell a good dense story when it comes to your glow up situation. Okay, so yes, go ahead and start whatever you have finished, whatever projects you put to the side. Go ahead and start that back up and finish it out. Now, and for the last card that I asked Spirit, how will you thrive? How will the collective thrive? And the near future potential shifts that could happen along the way. What you could do about it is the Six of Air came out. The Six of Air correlates with the Six of Swords in tarot. And what this card states is the end of a challenging times. Things are looking up. Welcome relief, finding your way to a peaceful place. And the end of depression or an illness, travel or relocation. So in other words, this card is saying move on. It's time to move forward. All right. Because like I said before, as you are planting your seeds and you're doing it with passion, enthusiasm and optimism, and you're using your creative juices to plant those seeds, you are moving on, whether you know it or not. You are moving on. So that's how you will thrive whenever you have addressed all the scenarios, the blockages, the strategies, the blockages, and taking those baby steps to in the path of fulfillment. You have to move on. Bottom line, you have to move on. As you can see, this man is accompanied by his wife and child, or it just may be someone who is helping this young lady and her son to get away from the storm. And you see the waters, they're calm. And then, of course, you see the six swords on the side of the boat, because you're moving on. They're trying to get away from the storm that they have already encountered. And so once you're done with the storm, you're looking for a brighter day in the end. So, yes. That's all I have for this type of portion when it comes to breaking it down on improving yourself through introspection and soul searching, and what you can do with what you have found to be able to embark in the path of fulfillment. Let me pull these cards down just a smidge so you can be able to see the whole spread. And I usually use this particular spread on the Neo Tarot deck, but I thought I would switch it up just a little bit. With this deck, with the Angel Wisdom deck, because it gives you a little bit more in depth, and of course the imagery can help my visual learners out there to understand what is going on within their lives, and what steps could they take to move forward. All right, so I'm going to conclude this reading by adding 3 more elements. And I asked Spirit what other messages that excuse me guys, the air is just so dry outside, so it's causing these dry coughs happening. Okay. So I asked Spirit what other self-care could the collective do while they're embarking on their self-discovery, self-care journey, and while they're addressing those situations of their shadow side and so forth. And the Sovereign card came out. This came from the self-care deck that I recently purchased, and I am in love with it. And on the back it says, you are the queen of your life, the queen or king in your life, and to treat yourself like royalty. So yes, as self-care, as you are attending to addressing all the situations that are hindering your process of your self-love journey, don't forget to treat yourself like royalty. Okay. And then also I had asked Spirit what goddess or ancestral figure will make her presence along the way of the self-care journey. And the goddess Citria, and she is the goddess of brazenness. Her temple is the warrior temple, and the element in correlation with her is the fire. And it says her guidance is to step up, go for it, partner with the divine, and make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you and will elevate you. All who mean you harm fall away. Your hurdles are illusions because you are plugged into the source. And the embodiment of this particular goddess is make brazen decisions, make bold decisions, because that's what brazen means. It's another word for bold. What you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail. That is the question that you should ask yourself. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? All right. And then it moves on saying it is brazen to be unapologetically you. It is brazen to speak up for someone not in the room. It is brazen to choose a different spiritual path or career than your community. It is brazen to build your family your own way. God and Goddess force energy is brazen, okay? And the Goddess declaration for this particular card, it says, I am bold, brave, and shameless. And brazen. Okay? And then lastly, the card that I pulled out for your manifestation, I asked Spirit, what can a collective manifest within themselves along the way? And this is one of my favorite cards in the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. Give me one moment while I pull up the in my guidebook for this particular card. Okay. The Leo card came out. The new moon in Leo. Shine. I love this particular card because, for one thing, I love sunflowers. And two, it's just whenever you think about Leos, they are dramatic to some proportion. No offense to Leos, because I have a Leo myself as a son. Okay. And I have Leo in my Chiron in my chart. So yeah, go figure. But back to this, it says shine, shine, shine. Because whenever you are treating yourself like royalty with this card, and you are making bold decisions along the way, away from the crowd, and you being unapologetically you are going to shine. That is what you are manifesting. You are going to shine. You see all this vibrant color. You see the yellow in the chakra realm. That is the third chakra, and that is the solar plexus, which is your I can sector, and it correlates with your personal power, your confidence, your self-esteem, all those sorts of matters. And then of course you have your red. When it comes to this moon here, your red is your base chakra, and you ground yourself while you are shining. You're grounding yourself. You're making those logical decisions, and you're not going based off of emotion and impulsiveness. Okay. All right. So the new moon in Leo, it says a new day is dawn, and you are moving from a darker time to light, and are well on your way to your desired outcome. Be proud of who you are. Your self-confidence has got you this far, so keep on believing yourself. Sometimes we have to fake it until we make it, and that's okay too. You are on the right track, and the future is bright. In relationships, carry yourself with respect, and others will respect you. Whatever challenges you are facing, consider taking a more creative approach. The manifesting focus is, this card is especially good for Matters related to romance, creativity, children, your own, someone else, or someone else's children, or a situation requiring confidence. Excuse me. Your manifesting mindset is to love yourself and step into a center stage. This is what I'm talking about. Yes. Be generous with others, but also be a little bit selfish if you need to be. And that is a part of your self-care. You can be selfish, but don't be selfish enough where you are disingenuous to the others that you love around you. Okay? And the manifesting tips for maintaining positivity is to call on Archangel Raziel, whose technicolor aura turns heads. Raziel is a healer and the wizard of the angels. You can also call upon the energy of the giver of life in our world, the sun, which guides Leo. And close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by technicolor light with golden tings and sparkles. Then bring to mind the people and situations you are grateful for. And your manifesting affirmation is I am magnificent. I love me. Okay? Before I got rudely interrupted by my camera, like I said before, if the message doesn't resonate, don't force it. Um, just come back next time because I'll be doing more readings for you all. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.